The focus this week is out west, starting with a matchup of unbeaten's UCLA at Arizona. UCLA freshman quarterback Josh Rosen, who was so good in week 1 against Virginia, has come back to earth a little bit. They hope to ride running back Paul Perkins to a victory. Arizona, meanwhile, is 3-0, and quarterback Anu Solomon has played really well. But the Wildcats haven't been tested. The winner gets an early jump in a crowded Pac-12 South race. TCU started the season as a trendy pick to make the college football playoff, but the Frogs are dealing with serious attrition on the defensive side of the ball, and that puts a whole lot more pressure on Heisman candidate Trevone Boykin to outscore opponents. You know, opponents like Texas Tech. Cliff Kingsbury has found a quarterback in Patrick Mahomes. And suddenly, after Texas Tech's win over Arkansas last week, this matchup looks like a huge challenge for TCU. Another important Pac-12 matchup comes when Utah travels to Autzen Stadium to take on Oregon. After the loss to Michigan State, Oregon's playoff hopes basically ride on winning out. Utah, which is unbeaten, hasn't been seriously considered a contender for the playoff or even the Pac-12. But the Pac-12 South suddenly looks wide open, and beating Oregon would be a huge statement. Even in a home loss to Cal last week, Texas showed spark and signs of life. The Longhorns might have found a quarterback in Gerard Hurd, who set a school record for total offense with 527 yards. Meanwhile, Oklahoma State is unbeaten, and the Cowboys have looked pretty good, and they've got designs on winning the Big 12 championship. But we're going to learn a whole lot more in Austin about the Cowboys than anything from a very weak non-conference slate. USC at Arizona State feels like an elimination game. Both teams were supposed to be national title contenders, and both now have a disappointing loss. Arizona State's offense has struggled, and not just in the season-opening loss to Texas A&M. Meanwhile, a loss to Stanford last week set the fires in Los Angeles burning again about Steve Sarkisian. This is a big game for both teams. It feels like a critical game for USC and Sark.